guys, welcome back to the series of business studies, chapter 2, forms of business organization. So this is the part 2 video. If you're not yet watched the first video, part 1, so first go and check out that video first and then come back to this video. Okay, in the last video we stopped almost at the meaning, right? Okay, now even though in the last video we completed the meaning and the definition, I'll start with the meaning itself. So as usual, partnership is a voluntary association. Two or more persons who are agreed to carry out the same business, or they do business jointly and share the profit or loss depending on their ratio. So that is partnership. And if we move on to the definition, partnership is a relation which subsists, that means survive, between two or more persons who are agreed to combine their property, labor, skill in some business and share the profit their firm between them. That is the definition which is given by the Indian Contract Act 1932. Okay, first of all, this video is going to start now. We are just brushing out the partnership meaning and definition. Okay, the first feature is formation. In order to start Partnership Act, you need to follow under Indian Partnership Act that is given by 1932, and through that act you are going through an agreement that is called a legal agreement, wherein that there will be conditions regarding like terms, conditions, and what is the percentage of profit or loss they are sharing. Like that, there will be a lot of information which contains rules, terms, conditions, and moreover, it's not compulsory or necessary to register the firm always. And not only that, it's quick and easy to start. And always remember, two or more person coming together for a charitable purpose will not be called as a partnership firm. Next, we are moving on to the second feature, that is liability. In the partnership business, the liability of partner is unlimited. If, again I'm saying, if business assets are insufficient, then the debit will be recovered from the personal assets. Debit must be paid together personally by all the partners. Okay, moving on to the next one, that is risk bearing. Usually, all the partners share the risk running the firm together. The profit are divided into agreed ratios that will be considered as a reward for them for their risk, and they do have to share the losses in the same proportion if the company got into loss. So the risk bearing will be equal, either it's a profit or it's a loss. Moving on to the next feature, that is decision making and control. In the partnership business, the decision making and control of day-to-day business are shared by all the partners. In most cases, decisions are usually made by the discussions. All the partners has to work together to manage activities in the partnership business. So moving on to the next feature, continuity. In the partnership business, business continuity is quite good when compared to sole proprietor, because if any partner's death, retirement, insolvency or insanity might not bring end to business, if some partner are willing to leave the partnership business and remaining partners or surviving partner have opinion to continue the firm under a new agreement if they need or if they want. So moving on to the next feature, that is membership. In this kind of partnership business, a minimum number of partnership is 2. Obviously, we need 2 person to start a partnership firm. What is the maximum number? For that, there is a twist here. You have to be careful because it will make you confused. According to the Company Act 2013, it was 100. Previously, it was 20. Then they made 100 because of the Company Act 2013. But right now, the maximum number is decreased to 50. You may ask why and when did they change? Because of the rule number 10, the company's rule 2014, that changed the number of partner into 50. And this is not the exact number because it may get changed. It depends on when you're watching this video. So make sure that you confirm this, because the number of minimum partner will be always same even after 100 year, but the maximum number may change because in 2013 it was 100 and 2014 it was 50. So it may get changed as per law. You have to be very cautious about this. And moving on to the next one, that is mutual agency. Mutual agency is nothing but even one person made something wrong or right, every partner should bear it or it will reflect to every partner. Like that, mutual agency in fact says that if a business run by all the partner or any of the partner working behalf of all, it doesn't matter. Each partner act as a both as agency and he will represent other partners. So even though one partner made a loss or even one partner made a profit, it should reflect or it will reflect on other partners. So that's what mutual agency is. they should bind with other partner. Even one partner is running business, you can't say it was his decisions, not mine, I didn't took decision like that. So it's a mutual agency. Moving on to the next thing, that is merit. The first merit is ease of formation and close. A partnership business can be started by making an agreement between future partners or upcoming partners. There is no requirement of registration of business. That is the reason why it can be started easily and it can be closed. But the partner has to be cautious about the liabilities. Moving on to the next advantage, that is balanced decision making. I never see this much of balance in anyone's life. So, okay, back to the point. Usually, different partners have different area of expert, or they have their own different expertise as an individual partner. Each partner can manage different functions, but whereas in sole proprietor, they can't manage multiple activity. It can be a burden for them. But in partnership business, as there are more number of partners, it will minimize the labor and the amount of work. According to the area of expert, partners might manage different functions, whereas individual is not required to manage multiple activities. It not only minimizes the amount of labor, but also minimizes the chance of mistake. As a result of this, decisions are more likely to be good, fair. Moving on to the next advantage, move funds. Usually, when forming a partnership business, a group of people put their ideas and money to form a company. If we compare to sole proprietor, it is very easy to acquire a large amount of capital and start activities whenever they need. Moving on to the next advantage, that is sharing of risk. All of the partners share the risk. When running a partnership business, every partner should share the risk. Whenever we invested a capital in something, either it's a sole proprietor or a partnership, everybody has their worry, feeling, anxiety, or fear, pressure, everything that comes with the money. So this will be shared among all the partners. By this, it will reduce the risk. That means it will share by all the partners. So moving on to the next one, that is secrecy. In the partnership firm, it's not legally required to publish its accounts and submit the reports. For that, they can keep information secret. So this lead to secrecy. Moving on to the next thing, that is a limitation. The first limitation is unlimited liability. I guess by seeing this picture, probably we'll get answer for that. Okay, even though this point says if business assets are insufficient to cover its debts or loans or whatever they are taken, partner has to repay the debts from their personal assets. It's a biggest disadvantage for all the partners. Sometimes some partner have more wealthy than other partners, so even though it doesn't make any differentiate, you have a more personal wealth or less personal wealth, it doesn't matter, you have to bear and you have to pay, that's it. So the responsibility will be bared by all the partners. Moving on to the next disadvantage, that is limited resource. If you want to start a big business or a large business in a partnership, it's impossible because the number of partners are limited. Their capital also have a certain limit. So as because of this, partnership business have a problem beyond some particular scale. So that's how it is limited in resource. Moving on to the next disadvantage, that is possibilities of conflict. Oh, nice. Childhood memory. Okay. A partnership business is managed by a people. Usually, when there is a more number of people, there will be misunderstand between partners. Sometimes it may occur difference between on few matters. Therefore, some partner decisions cannot be accepted by few other partners. Even in rare cases, one person poor judgment may cause financial losses for everyone else. So there will be possibilities of conflict. Moving on to the next disadvantage, lack of continuity of partnership. In partnership business, like death, retirement, insolvency, insanity, this situation may sometimes bring partnership to an end because there is a limit for the number of partnership. Sometimes this may affect as lack of continuity of the business. Like remaining partner may continue the partnership business by agreeing with the new terms, conditions, or they may start new firm. Moving on to the next disadvantage, that is a lack of public confidence. Usually, partnership business does not legally require to share financial reports and other such documents to the public. Because of this, like knowing the real financial positions of partnership firm is impossible for normal public people. That's why a general public or a common public have less trust on partnership firms. Moving on to the next thing, that is types of partnership. The first type is general or active partner. it is just like a self-explanatory, because active partner is nothing but he or she will be active in the partnership business. That's what it actually says if I explain the meaning. Like, active partners are partners who invest capital and engage in day-to-day management of a firm, and they also share profit and loss. And the main thing, responsibilities towards a Kratos is unlimited. So these partner will take part in every activities. So that's why it is called as active partners. Sometimes behalf of other partners, they usually run business, so that's why it is called as active partner. Next, moving on to the next type of a partner, that is sleeping or dormant partner. Like, again, name itself says sleeping partner. Sleeping partner does not do anything in the partnership business. So sleeping partners are the partners who are particularly not involved in day-to-day activities of the business. Sleeping partners invest capital, take part in profit and losses, and also accept unlimited liability. Exclusively, you won't take part in day-to-day operation. That's why we call it as sleeping partner. So moving on to the next one, that is a secret partner. Again, secret is a secret. It doesn't give any other meaning. So these types of partners involve in activities of company, but they usually not known to everyone. Except few people, they will remain as a secret. When come to the rights, they will invest a capital. Okay, and they also take part in the management, share the profit and losses, and have unlimited liability. So these kind of partners are known as secret partner. Moving on to the next type of partner, nominal partner. This type of partners who usually gives a right to use their name, but actually when we compare to capital investment, he won't invest in any capital, and even he does not take part in the management, he does not take profit and losses, but he is responsible for the payment of debts. Sometimes company use their name, so they won't participate in anything except the company debts. Moving on to the next type, that is partners by Estoppel. What is Estoppel? Estoppel is something we can consider as imagination or an impression to somebody else, so that other can believe or think in other manner. So that's what Estoppel is. Okay, now when can we consider as a partner as an estoppel partner? Whenever a partner is giving an impression to others that he is a partner in that company, even though he won't invest in capital, or even though he won't manage business, and also won't take any profit or loss, but actually he takes liability of the firm. You may ask, what is the reason why they always share the liabilities? Because you are giving an impression to outside world that you are a partner. Whenever a third party is giving a loan or something credit for your company, they will consider as a partner. Even they will trust your name and you. By seeing your face, they may given loans or credits. So you have to bear a personal liability. Moving on to the next one, that is partners by holding out. A person who himself call as partner by holding out, actually he don't have any intention to become a partner. He's not a partner in that firm, but by mistake or whatever reason he is considered as a partner. Even after knowing that he is a partner in that company, he will not deny or he will not reject, he will be hold out. That's why it is called as holding out. When it comes to capital and other thing, he won't invest in capital, he won't take any management decisions or activities, and also he won't take any profit and loss. But the exclusive thing is he is accountable to repayment of debts, because from the Kratos view, you are a partner, so that's why you are liable to pay the loans. I know some of you, it's very confusing. For that, this chart will clear all the doubts for you guys. Now, this is a bird view of all the partners. First of all, this are types of partner. It's a 2.1 table, and we'll get to know by this difference. We'll talk from the last one, that is liability. All the partners, irrespective of active, sleeping, secret, nominal, estoppel, or holding out, the liability will be unlimited. There is no limited liability. Okay, except in one case, I'll talk about that later. But now, in every types of partner, there is no limited liability. Okay, if we move on to share of profit and loss, active partner will take profit and loss, sleeping partner will take profit and loss, secret partner will take profit and loss. And remaining three types of partners, nominal or estoppel or holding out, they usually don't share profit losses. And when it comes to management, only two types of partners take part in the management. That is active partner, and the other one is secret partner who participate but secretly. So moving on to the capital contribution, the capital will be contributed by three person, that is active partner, sleeping partner, and the secret partner. All other remaining partner won't contribute capital. I hope by this chat it makes sense, you guys. Moving on to the next one, that is minor partner. A minor person who is not attended age of 18, those are called a minor. We all know that. We all have a doubt that can minor become a partner. A minor cannot become a partner in any company until he is completing his age 18 year. But however, with the permission of all other partner, he can be admitted and he only given benefit from the partnership business. You can't ask debits from him. You can't ask him to pay the losses. You can only pay him profit. So that's how minor can be treated in the partnership. Moving on to the next one, that is types of partnership. Partnership can be classified into two major groups, that is classified based on the duration and liability. First of all, we'll discuss about what is or what types are there in classification of duration. In the classification based on the duration, there will be again two types, that is partnership at will and particular partnership. We'll talk about particular partnership afterward, but right now we'll talk about partnership at will. What is this partnership at will? These types of partnership will be remain as a partner till he wish. If he like to be a partner, he can be a partner till he likes or till the day he want to exit. That's what the partnership at will. There's no end, there's no limit for that. But there is a small condition. When you want to leave the partnership firm, you have to give notice to other partners, other members. Moving on to the next one, that is a particular partnership. These types of partnership business can be like started due to like specific or a particular projects, such as in order to construct a building, there will be two or more groups combined together. Those are called particular partner. They are existed for a particular thing. After the construction of dam, building, or a particular event, particular things, there will be no partnership among them. Like they will be partner for a fixed number of days, and after the construction or after the project is done, they will disappear automatically. That's why it is called as particular partner, because you are becoming a partner to construct a particular thing or to finish a particular thing. Moving on to the next type classification, that is classification based on the liability. In that, the first type is general partner. Again, general partnership is something like general partner who can take part in management, who will invest, take part in management, take profit and loss, and he is liable to pay debts. So it is like a general partner, but the thing is you don't need to register. It's an optional here. That's why it is called as a general partner, and it's quite easy as well because you don't want to register or anything else. Moving on to next type, that is limited partner. This word is different because we heard one word that is unlimited, but right now we are hearing a name called limited partners. What is limited here? In this type of partnership firm or in this type of partnership business, at least one partner have unlimited liability, all other partner will be limited liability. You may ask me what's the reason there'll be one person who has unlimited liability and other person who with a limited liability. The main intention to start or to create these kind of partnership is to attract a small scale entrepreneur, friends, family. Like some people fear about like there is unlimited liability and all. So in order to minimize this or not to eliminate this risk, these types of partnership firm has been created, that is limited partnership. One person have unlimited liability and other person have a limited liabilities. So other person may not get scared because of this unlimited liabilities. Moving on to the next one, that is partnership deed. What is deed? Deed is an agreement. That's it. When it comes to partnership deed, it's a group of people who get together or get into a group with the intention of achieving specific purpose. Like I said, deed is an agreement. In that, there will be like terms, conditions, and all other things required for this business. The reason behind to do the partnership deed is to reduce the misunderstanding. Like in initial days there will be harmony, but as times goes on there will be misunderstand between partners. To eliminate this, they will be mentioned all agreement terms, conditions. Like instead of oral, a written agreement is good, but it is not compulsory or it's not necessary to legally register these kind of forms. It's an optional, you can do that or you may not. If you do, it act as a proof for other persons. So overall, if I tell you the meaning right now, partnership deed is a written agreement which will tell you specify rules, terms, conditions, and overall it will control the business. Okay, now we'll dive into partnership deed. What are the content of partnership deed? That means what are the things that will be recorded in partnership deed? First of all, name of the firm, location and address of the business, investment made by the partners, profit sharing ratio of the partners, term related to salary, drawings, interest on capital, interest on drawing and others, duties and obligations of partners, like terms and conditions regarding admissions, retirement, expulsion of partners, and also auditing, and the last one, that is dispute. Moving on to the next one, that is registration of partnership. Registration of partnership is not necessary, like I said, it's an optional. It is always beneficial for the partners. Like if you register, you can sue others or even partners of your business as well as other partners or third parties. So there are so many advantages if you register your partnership firm. Moving on to the next one, that is the procedure of getting the firm registration like this. I hope you guys see this. If not, just increase the resolution to 720p for a minute. Okay, the first procedure is submission. Submission of application to register of the firm, and that application should contain following particulars, that is name, location of the firm and name of other places where firms is going to carry, the date of each partners joined to the firm, name and address of the partners, duration of partnership, and finally this form should be signed by all the partners. Then with these forms, partners should pay the fees. Next and the last step for the registration is the approval from the registrar. After the approval, they will issue a certificate of registration. That's how you can start a partnership firm. Hey, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell notification. And one more thing, and I'm very excited to bring the next part. I hope you guys too. So see you in the next part. Until then, take care. Bye.